What is solitude? Neglect the emotional aspect of our life. Is when you take the time out to think deeply, right? And it can bring about a certain level of mental pressure. So welcome back my viewers and subscribers to the Resilience Hub. As you already know in previous video, this is the YouTube channel where you can always go to get inspiration, especially for my progressive men and women, boys and girls too, who seek to improve their lives on a daily basis by focusing more on themselves and understanding what they can do as an individual. Today we want to focus on a topic, one that most people, I'm pretty sure, would have heard about, but they do not understand it fully. And that's why I am here to expound upon it, to tell you what it is, how it can help you, and how you can take practical steps to integrate this step into your life so that you can be a more resilient individual. That topic that we're going to speak on is solitude. When people hear the word solitude, right, I'm pretty sure what might come to their mind at first is, boy, you just isolate yourself from everybody so for no reason at all. And you're gonna get bored. You know, the list can go on. It's an inexhaustible list of excuses that people will come up when they hear the word solitude. That's why I am here to clear that up, right? So, what is solitude? So, solitude is the state of being alone without feeling lonely, right? It is the choice that you take to separate yourself from others so you can have that mental clarity, and it allows you to do a lot of self reflection, which is very important. So, what is self reflection? So, self reflection now is when you take the time out to think deeply about the thoughts that you have, about the experiences that you have, why you feel how you feel. So, this is an example. You probably have a disagreement with your boss at work, right? And you may react or act a certain kind of way or say something where you never did for say, and it causes the situation to get worse. Now, when you take the time out to be by yourself and you sit back and you're doing the self reflection, right? You're looking at your actions and you realize that, boy, if I never did say this, or if I never say it the way here, things probably would have taken a different turn, right? Probably my boss would have deal with me a certain kind of way. That is one way of how self-reflection is very important and how it can help you to be a more self-aware individual, because that is what it does. It helps you to be more self-aware. Your feelings, why you feel how you feel, right? Because a lot of times we can feel a certain kind of way and we cannot explain why. And because of how we feel, we deal with people a certain kind of way. So when you're self-reflecting now, you take the time to understand yourself. You take the time to know why you do what you do and how it affects you and your environment. So self-reflection is very important, right, when it comes to knowing who you are. Another aspect of how solitude can contribute positively to our life is mental clarity. So, mental clarity is where you are able to get that mental clutter out of your mind. And by getting the mental clutter outside of your mind, what it does is it improves your focus and it improves your problem solving ability. As you know, in life, we have so many different things dealing with all at once on a daily basis. You have work to go, you have children to get up in the morning and to take care of, right? You have financial obligations, you have family obligations, and you have your own personal obligations. So that's a lot of things you're juggling, right? And it can bring about a certain level of mental pressure, and it can narrow your focus, right? As well as your problem solving skills. So when you go ahead now and you take that time to be alone, it allows you to focus better. It allows you to have that clearer thinking, and it makes you know what to prioritize and what problem solving skills you need to come up with so you can get rid of that situation and deal with it in the most effective and efficient way. So mental clarity is very, very important, and that is by practicing solitude, it can bring you to that stage where your focus is improved as well as your problem solving skills. Lastly, another positive aspect of solitude is emotional health. Solitude promotes emotional regulation as well as it reduces your level of anxiety, especially with the daily challenges and pressures of the social life that we have. With emotional health, it is something that I see most Jamaicans don't focus on, right? And probably other people in the world as well. It is something that we neglect because what we focus more on is that we think about getting up, doing what we're supposed to do, getting the money, getting things done, and all we do is wash, rinse, and repeat and neglect the emotional aspect of our lives, not knowing that it is deteriorating us emotionally on a daily basis. We start to realize why we feel a certain kind of way. Why is it that the decisions that I am making aren't connecting, they're not bringing about a certain result? It is because we neglect the emotional aspect of ourselves, right? And we need to understand that we have to focus on it. We have to regulate our emotions so it doesn't interfere with our daily decision making. Because a lot of us make decisions based off our emotions, right? Rather than objective facts. And then when we realize the end result of that decision through emotion, that's when we start to look and we say, yo, say if me never did I think like that, would have realized that this did go happen, and that did go happen. And that is the negative way or when emotion take control of us, it can affect us. And sometimes we can be making some serious decisions and we allow the emotions to get between it and it mess up our life, whether financially, intimate relationship or work relationship. The list can go on. So that's why it's very important to focus on your emotional health. Take time out to understand your emotional health. Take time out to heal. Yeah, you get me? Take time out to work on your emotions. What triggers your emotions? When it triggers you, what does it cause you to do whenever it happens? So focus on your emotional health, and I guarantee you'll see a different change. So you can definitely do that by having that solitude time with yourself. All right, people. So now we're going to get into some practical tips you can take to integrate solitude into your life on a daily basis. The first step that we're going to get into is you have to schedule specific time of the week that you are going to be by yourself. Whether you want to do it for a day or 2 day, an hour for that day, or the entire day or an half hour, it doesn't really matter. But the time must be specific and it must be intentional. So you set aside those days and that time period to spend time alone. The next step is digital detox. If it is that you're going to be by yourself, you're going to experience that solitude, you must be able to set aside your phone, stay away from social media, and give yourself that freeness, right, from distractions. Because remember, the goal is to focus on yourself. And you cannot be focusing on yourself when you're there scroll through Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and the list goes on, right? So you need to have that digital detox whenever you're going through that solitude. The next step that we're focusing on is nature walk. Yes, nature walk is very good. It is scientifically proven to reduce anxiety, to reduce stress, and to give you a better thought process, right? So we have to take nature walks. For me, I love go and walk on the beach side. To hear the water rush up on the shore, the breeze, or touch my face, and just the whole view is very good for me, and it rejuvenates me as an individual. When I'm done, I feel ready again, I feel focused, I feel like I have all sorts of ideas. So nature walk is very, very important. The other thing we want to touch on is meditation, people. Meditation, when you take that time out to meditate, it brings about a certain level of peace to yourself. It allows you to sift through yourself, sift through your thoughts, your actions, your experiences. It gives you the time to do that and to be patient with yourself. You understand? But most importantly, it brings about a sense of peace. And finally, journaling. I find journaling to be very, very, very helpful. Where I have a book, I write how I feel, I write the things where I go through my mind on a daily basis. By journaling, it helps me to declutter my mind. It also helps me to better express myself as an individual. And we see where Jamaican people have an expression deficiency, especially when it comes on to how them feel, to express it and for it to be clear and understandable to whoever you express it to. So by journaling, definitely help with expressing yourself and it declutter your mind. So that is my overall view on solitude. So solitude in general, people, it contributes to your life in a progressive manner and it ties back into being a resilient individual. You get me? These are the things that you should practice if it is that you seek to be a resilient one, a resilient man, a resilient woman, boy, or girl. Once again, people, thank you very much for supporting. I appreciate the comments, I appreciate the likes and the views. And if this video resonates with you, don't be afraid to leave your comment in the comment section. And if there's something you want me to speak on or to expound on, leave a comment and I'll definitely get back to you and I'll definitely create those videos and keep them coming. And once again, thank you for watching.
This is the Resilience Hub.